Welcome to Midlife Matters. I'm Marie, and each week I'm joined by my friends Julie and Mindy to talk about all the topics keeping women in the middle years up at night. Today we're talking about shopping tricks that save time and money. Are you a man on a mission, the bargain hunter, the researcher, or the impulse buyer? We'll share our tried and true tips as well as ones we've heard that work for other people. Let's get started. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Marie.
Hi, Mindy.
Hey, Marie.
Aren't you excited about today's topic? It's so fun for all women. Shopping.
I like fun. I'm super excited about this.
Yes, listeners, today we're talking about shopping tricks. I recently saw an article in Real Simple magazine where they asked readers to send in the shopping tricks they swear by. And today we're going to talk about those that were submitted and the ones that we've learned work for us over the years. So, Julie and Mindy, did you guys come with some great shopping tricks for us today?
I did. I'm not a huge shopper, but I've kind of developed some online tricks recently. So that's more where I've developed some tricks. But I did enjoy reading the ones from the magazine.
Yes.
I have developed some tricks over the years, especially because I noticed that even my daughter and I are totally different types of shoppers. And as a time saver, I've had to make rules for her.
Yeah. That's great. Well, I think that's really interesting. Maybe we can even talk a little bit about the differences between our shopping habits and those of our daughters. But before we even get to our tricks, we wanted to talk about our own personal shopping habits. I wrote down some different categories that people tend to fall into, and listeners, you may recognize yourselves in some of these. All right, are you the one-store shopper? This is someone who consistently gravitates toward one store no matter what you need. Or maybe you constantly shop a certain brand, whether it's for new boots, cardigan, or trendy jewelry. Are you the bargain hunter? You know the layout of Marshalls and TJ Maxx by heart, and you aren't afraid to dig through a mess to find a good deal. You love coupons and online savings codes. Are you the researcher? You want to buy a new 60-inch TV, you visit 14 websites, spend time researching each and every brand, read reviews, and basically become an expert on all the pros and cons of each model by the time you make a decision. Are you an impulse buyer? Ooh, that's a pretty lamp. Wouldn't that look great on my bedside table? Man on a mission. You need something at the mall, you go in, you get back out in record time, laser focused on that one item, and that one item only. All right, Mindy, what one of those do you most identify with?
Okay. Well, I'm actually a couple of them.
Okay.
But I also added my own category. It's called the slow simmer.
Oh.
Because I pretty much have a constant running list of things that I'm looking for, like around the house or that the kids need or that Bryce or I need. And so that could lead me to pretty much when I see it, I'm the impulse buyer. I'm like, okay, it's been on my list for a long time. Grab it.
Perfect.
But I already have a list. I'm also, depending on the mood and the day, I'm the man on the mission. I have a list. I have a time frame, and it's quick. And so it saves me money, keeps me in my budget, and it keeps me running on time.
That's great. All right. I would have definitely not picked you as the man on a mission because I know you like to shop.
Not really. I'd rather be outside. I start to feel confined, and I actually I can't stand to go to a mall, though I love outdoor malls.
Okay.
Because you get to go outside in between each store.
Right.
So I do feel confined when I get in the mall. I start to feel claustrophobic. I'm like, okay, just get me out of here. I don't even care how cute it is, how cheap it is. It's time to go.
Right. All right, Julie, what did you most identify with?
Well, I narrowed it down to two, but like Mindy, I'm man on a mission. I like to have something in mind and then go hunt for it. So I might go to several stores, but I like to kind of keep a running list and then hunt for those things and really just kind of stick to those items. And I'm somewhat of a researcher, especially with online purchases. Not so much things that I could just pick up at a store, but if I'm going to buy it online, I'm going to research it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm for sure a researcher for online purchases. I just love researching things. It doesn't matter if it's big or small. And just forget it. If I need to buy like a piece of electronics, I will become an expert by the end.
Yeah. I love it.
But I know that for sure that my kids tease me about being a one-store shopper. Okay, Kohl's used to be my go-to for everything. Didn't matter what I needed, I went to Kohl's. Now I can see myself, I'll go to TJ Maxx Home Goods or maybe I'll go to Target, but I'll get on a kick of a store and then I just buy my stuff because I happen to be in there for one thing. Fine. Right. I'll buy a few others too. So I would say those are my two main ones. And I do love a good bargain.
Who doesn't?
I almost will never pay full price for something. So those, listeners, are a few of our personal shopping habits. I wish that we were all able to find out and poll our listeners on what kind of shopping habits they have. Maybe we can create a poll in our Insta stories this week and find out what they do. Because I would have never guessed that both Julie and Mindy would characterize themselves as man on a mission.
Well, we both love outdoors. So I'm thinking maybe that's part of it.
I feel like I'm wasting my life in a mall.
Yes, me too, Julie.
Like, gotta get in and gotta get out.
Yeah, doesn't mean that much to me.
All right. Well, let's get down to the shopping tricks that readers submitted to the Real Simple magazine article. All right. So the first one, and this holds so true for myself, when you finally find those elusive perfect pants, buy 2 pairs.
I do agree with yes, I absolutely agree with that.
Yes.
If you can get 2 different colors, that might be good. But yeah.
I've even bought 2 of the exact same items before, even shirts.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Bryce jokes that if I have a shirt that I like, he's like, how many other colors did you buy this in?
I'm so glad I'm not the only one because I'll find something and I'll buy it in a few colors. And I feel like I'm so boring, but it's so hard to find anything that fits just right.
It's true. It's true. And especially if it's on sale. I mean, it's a 2 for 1 price. I got to get 2.
Right.
Well, and I feel like I try to preserve my clothing because I like this so much. I don't wear it because something might happen to it. So then if I have 2, I feel more free to wear it.
Yes.
That's true, Julie.
That's kind of a weird.
No, it's not weird.
I feel that way. I have this favorite pair of J. Crew jeans right now. And I'm like, I would wear them every day. They fit perfectly. And I don't want to wear them out. So maybe I should go online and see if I can get another pair.
Yes. All right. Well, how about this one? I hold every piece of clothing in my hand and ask out loud, want or need?
Nope.
I don't either.
I don't even pick it up. I mean, it goes through my head maybe, but that takes a lot of time to pick something up.
Yeah. And if I really had to answer want or need, I would almost never buy anything because they're usually always a want.
It's true.
It's not like I'm naked. I mean, I do have clothes.
I mean, that's comforting, Marie. Especially if you're at the store.
Right.
Now, I do ask my kids want or need.
Yes.
Or I kind of know if it's a want or need, especially with Abby because she loves clothes. And I get it. I loved clothes at 22. So,
yeah. All right. I always start at the back of the store. That's usually where the sale items are, and you can find some real treasures tucked away back there.
Nope.
Are you serious? You guys, I always make a beeline for the back of the store. I don't even look at the front.
I hate rummaging through clothes that are all smashed together and they're just like a shirt next to a pant, next to a sweater, next to a cut. That just means nothing to me. I like to see it all laid out in front of me on the front aisle.
It's very unorganized.
Well, here's a good example of a store like I never even look at anything up front. Anthropologie. I just wouldn't even bother. I just go straight to their sale racks. I don't even look at the front stuff because I already know I'm not going to want to pay those prices, but I will buy something on sale.
That is one sale room that I do make a beeline for because that's kind of a unique situation. Yeah, because their sale prices are so good compared to their regular prices.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of places like that.
Yes, I do that with Madewell. I don't know if you guys have ever shopped at a Madewell, but I do that with them. That's a fun, awesome store. But like if it's Target or TJ Maxx or Marshalls, I want to see what's new. Like I want to see organized, clean, like Julie. I'm like, it's got to be aesthetically appealing because I'm not in there because I necessarily need anything. Like if I'm at Target for, Clorox wet wipes,
if a dress catches your eye, then so
and
be
I'm
it.
like, they have the women's section right as you walk in. So why wouldn't I just go through the front few sections real quick, before I go get toilet paper and wet wipes?
Right. Yeah, I think probably the distinction that we make is if it's a higher end store, we go right to the back.
Yeah.
If it's just one that we go in pretty often, I won't bother with blood. I don't like it if they're all jumbled together and I've got to really search. For sure.
That's true.
All right. Find a friend or two who have the same fashion style and shopping philosophy as you. Take them with you as often as possible. I don't like to shop with other people. I don't mind looking with other people, but if I have something to really find, I don't like it. How about you guys?
I totally agree with you, Marie. Like, I just need to do it myself. And I don't even want to talk to the sales lady.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I want. So I want the freedom to be able to go and stay as I need to.
Yeah. And I can make my decision in about 5 minutes. You either have what I have, and if you're with someone else, they might want to keep looking.
It takes too long.
Yeah. Julie, do you like to shop with friends?
I never go shopping with a friend, but I have taken Meredith, the stylist, that we've had on as a guest. Mm-hmm. And that is a great help. And actually that makes it quicker for me because she's like, here, try these things on and this looks good. This doesn't, it makes for easy decisions. Right. So I do enjoy that. And I know my mom likes for me to go shopping with her because she hates to get undressed, then have to go back out and find the new item in a different size and then come back out. So she kind of has me do the running, and so that's kind of helpful.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
If I'm not shopping for myself, that makes a lot of sense. Like I love shopping with my mom because I love helping her with her style and she loves me helping her with her style. And I also enjoy shopping for Abby, but I cannot be shopping for myself at the same time. Like if I need something, I'm alone.
Yeah.
Though I've never had a stylist, Julie. So who knows? Maybe later on I'll get myself a stylist and do that.
Yeah. And if you don't have a stylist and you do have a teenage daughter, take them because that is the only time that I really like shopping with other people. If I'm looking for something for myself is if I just give, like one time we were going on a cruise and I gave one of the twins carte blanche to pick out things that I was willing to try on for the nicer meals. And she picked out things that I would have never tried on myself, but I bought a lot of them. And so I just needed somebody else to kind of say, Mom, this would look cute on you. And I wouldn't have necessarily thought to try it on.
Yeah, I think that's the advantage of having somebody else with you is they will get you to try on things you wouldn't normally. Because I think we get stuck in what we just look for the same things all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes.
And I feel like I'm at an age where I don't want to dress old and I don't want to dress too young. Mm-hmm. And that means a lot to me. So when I've got Abby with me, you're so right. Like she gets me to wear things that I would have never worn. I remember when skinny jeans came out, I would have never bought them, but she was like, Mom, you need to wear these. And now they're a staple item in my closet, and that's been years. But now, like this past winter, it was shorter sweaters. I would have never bought like a cropped sweater, but you can layer it and make it really cute. And I'm like, as long as I don't look like I'm trying to be too young, like age appropriate, trendy. I want to look nice, but it's hard. I mean, we're in the middle stage,
Right. All right. Well, after buying something online, I always check back the following week for price drops. Do you guys do that? I know you don't, Mindy.
Too much time. Like if I happen to catch it and if I didn't have a million other things going on, maybe I'll do that when I have free time one day.
I do this sometimes at Target. Listeners, I don't know if you know this. Target, it used to be, and I think it is, if they drop their price anytime within the next 2 weeks, you could take your receipt in and they would give you the difference. And that has happened to me. Like, I know they're going to run buy one, get one half off shoes. But inevitably, the week that I need to buy my girls' sandals, they aren't running it. And I have to buy 2 pairs because they're twins. And so then, like this spring, the next week, they went on the buy one, get one half off. So I just got the difference. So I still get to get the shoes while they're in stock. But because they went on sale right away after that, you can get the difference. So for some stores, I feel like it's worth it if you happen to know that usually they run a sale within the next week or two.
That's true. I'd have to be aware
Mhm.
Like, I feel like
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about it anymore. And you have to be a little more organized, like Marie, to be able to find your receipt.
Well, hey, there's an app called Honey's Drop List.
Oh,
You sign up, and I think you can like plug in your favorite stores like Target, Walmart, Macy's, Amazon, Ulta, Barnes and Noble, and they will notify you as soon as there's a price drop.
Oh, okay. So you can say that I already bought this item or you're looking for it.
I was just researching the app
Mm-hmm.
and thought I would try
Yeah.
it out, but
Yeah.
I think it just gives you price drops, and then you can look if you've already bought it. Then, hey, I can go and get an adjustment.
Right. Yeah. So I don't do it as often as maybe I used to, but I still, on certain things, will go back in.
right.
And I know Old Navy has that same policy. If it goes on sale within a week, they'll give you the difference.
Okay,
I think a lot of
okay.
places do.
right.
All right. You'll never know until you try it on. Do you guys
No.
agree with that?
I tell that
Maybe-
to other people in my family,
Yeah.
but I'm willing to just grab it off the rack and run.
Especially if there's an easy return policy.
Yeah.
If I'm really like waffling between yes or no, and I actually need something like that in my wardrobe, if I can't try it on, especially if I'm sweaty after workout class, I take it home and just return it if I need to.
Yeah, especially Target. I don't think I ever try
Oh.
anything on.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. If something catches my eye, I name a price to myself, I'd be willing to pay for it.
Nope.
I have never done that.
I know I don't name a price to myself, but I do have, if someone gave me a list of categories and said, what, like, it's kind of like The Price is Right. What would you pay for this? I already know what I
Yes.
would. So like,
It's true.
they'll be like jeans. Okay, well, here's my average price I want to pay.
Mhm.
Now,
Mhm.
maybe if someone raved about a pair, I might go
Mm.
up, but here's the baseline that I look, or
Right.
shirts or shorts or shoes, or, I think we have an internal, we just might
Yeah.
not verbalize it to ourselves.
I totally agree with you because I don't think about it before I try it on or pick it up, but if I look at the price, I'm like, that's ridiculous,
Mhm.
or
Right.
or wow, yes, absolutely, get two.
And it's so funny because I know we have it because my girls will come to me and say, I need new sneakers. And they'll be like, what are you willing to pay? And I already have an idea of what I'm willing to pay for sneakers for them, or what
Yeah.
I'm willing to pay for a shirt. And then they have to kind of in their mind think, how can I get mom to up this? Or would I be willing to pay the difference? Or let me do a
Uh-huh.
little more research to prove that she is never going to find that for that price.
Right.
So, all right, let's look at the next one. If you can think of 4 realistic scenarios to wear it, you can get it. I never do this.
I don't think
do-
of 4, but I think
Right.
I do think now, am I going to really wear this? Am I going to
Mhm.
get enough use out of it?
Mhm.
And sometimes I've put things back because I just think, it's more of a luxury, or I just really aren't going to be able to wear it that much,
I've thought that too,
Yeah.
Julie. I've looked at something. There's this cute shirt at Target right now, and I think it's so adorable, but I'm like, I have no place to wear that. I really would never wear that. It would sit in my closet. But not only the places to go in the clothing item, I also think, do I have things that go with it already in my closet? Like if I can immediately think of, okay, that will go with that pair of pants or that skirt or whatever, then that is an easy purchase, especially if it's in my price range.
Yeah. If it's not going to start you down the road to having to buy a bunch of accessories and then a shirt to match the
Yeah.
bottom, I don't like to go down that path unless I have a
Right.
true event to go to.
Exactly.
All right. Shopping really late at night or really early in the morning. Nobody's there and you can get around easily. I definitely don't go shopping really late at night.
No.
And really never...
I'll go to the grocery store late at night, but
Okay.
Yeah, that's
not
true.
for clothes shopping or
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I think, each of us are blessed to be able to be home during the week
Oh,
and,
true.
and the mornings. And so I do not shop on Saturdays and Sundays when everyone else is shopping, unless it's with one of my teenagers and they need to go to the store. But otherwise,
Right.
if I'm going to the King of Prussia Mall, I'm going there first thing and
Yeah.
and getting back home as soon as possible before I hit Philadelphia traffic.
Right. All right. When clothes shopping, I always remove an item from my basket right before checking out. And this could apply to online shopping, I think, too. Do you guys do that? I've heard that trick before.
I do, but I don't think it's intentional. I just kind of feel like, oh, I picked up way more than I should have, so I'm going to put something back. I find myself putting something back usually.
Okay.
Yeah. If I found too much stuff, maybe I'll feel like I should. But if I found things that I all need, then I'm getting it. I might put the M&Ms with peanuts back, but I'm not putting.
Yeah, I don't hardly ever put anything back because I like to make use of return policies. So I figured, let me take it home. Let me think about it some more. And then usually I'll end up returning at least one purchase, but I don't usually take it out right while I'm in the checkout line. Shop with your spouse. That is a trick that someone sent in. Why?
What are they thinking? Never. I love my husband so much, but if I'm shopping for me, he's not coming. But I do love shopping for him, but I just turn myself off. I'm like, okay, we're here for him.
Right.
But I'm not going to put him through that torture.
Yeah.
Or myself.
And I don't take Steve shopping for anything for the home. He couldn't care less. And I wouldn't even be able to think. I can't think when people that don't like to shop are with me. Same thing when I used to take my boys shopping. It could only be shopping for what they wanted, because if you get distracted for a second with something you might want, they're like, can we go home? Exactly. I'm tired. It's been long enough.
Yeah. Does John go shopping with you, Julie?
We used to go shopping together at this outdoor mall that we loved. And he would just sit in this chair in the back of the store and then give me the thumbs up or thumbs down. And he's probably a little bit different type of husband in this regard, because he will always encourage me to buy more than I would. I tend to be on the cheap side, and he's like, get it, right. Oh, it's too expensive. And he'll say, get it, get two. And I'm like, no. So for that reason, he's kind of fun to shop with clothes-wise, but not grocery shopping. I think that's what the person in the article was talking about, was grocery shopping. And we come home with all kinds of stuff we don't need if he goes grocery shopping.
Yeah.
He finds out, like one of the kids said, oh, I like this. He'll buy them 20.
Right.
And then they've moved on. They don't even like that anymore, or we don't have any place to put it. So, I try to try to do the grocery shopping alone.
Right. Here's a cute trick. I have a limited number of hangers. When something new comes in, at least one thing goes out. No new hangers. I thought that was kind of clever.
Mm-hmm. That was funny. I've never put that into words, but I have been doing that in my own closet. I got to a comfortable place in my closet since we moved in our house, and I had already gone through everything, a couple of times with our moves. And I found I was running out of hangers, and I'm like, I'm not buying new hangers. I need to go through my stuff. So I did. I was like, oh, that's kind of a neat thing that she voiced that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have like a personal amount of clothing that I'm comfortable kind of owning and taking care of, or like taking up a certain amount of room in the closet. And if it starts to overtake that, then I thin it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mine's more about the space. Because my husband gets his shirts dry cleaned, so we have an abundance of hangers. Like we're constantly throwing hangers away. So I really couldn't keep up with the hangers. But I have my space, and when it starts to get too crowded, I know some things need to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. If you're nice to the sales clerks, they'll be nice to you. Mindy, you said you don't even want to see the sales clerk.
I feel so bad about this, but I have an opinion. A certain amount of money, a certain amount of time. And kind of like you said, Marie, like, within 5 minutes if you're going to get it or not. And if I'm in my man on a mission mode, I don't want to take time to talk to somebody or explain, I know what I want.
Right. Yeah.
So I do feel bad because they are so sweet and friendly and I want to be nice. I do remember their name and I thank them by name, but I quickly move on.
Yeah. I feel bad because they're in a catch-22 because I don't want them to greet or talk to me before I found what I need. But if I have a question, I want them to answer, or I want to be able to find one immediately.
Yeah. I think if it's better if they're just not pushy. If they're just there.
I think I only want them like you, Marie. Like Okay, if they don't have my size on the rack, just tell me, like, do you have this in the back?
Yes, yes.
That's all I need to know.
But of course, we're all friendly.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I've found, if you are nice to them from the beginning, sometimes you really do need them to check their other stores. And you don't have any other way to know what their inventory is. And they're going to look harder for you to find it if they feel like you've been nice. So that has been to my advantage before, because maybe you don't want to run around to 6 Targets. And they'll find you the one that still has it in stock, and maybe even call ahead and say, hey, can you put that on hold? She's on her way, or whatever.
Right. I did one time in Altered State. I did that. I'm telling you, if you say their name, it makes a huge difference if you remember their name. And I was at Altered State, and I needed a dressier dress, and I found the perfect one. Well, it had a button missing on the back, and it was already on the sale rack.
Okay.
But I was, I'm asking for more of a discount at that point. I'm like, because it's missing a button, and I can get that fixed, but
Sure.
And so I was able to get more of a discount, and it's just nice to have a friendly interaction, especially if you're going to be asking for more of a discount if there's something wrong.
Yes, definitely. All right. Well, those were great, the ones that they submitted. I mean, I had a lot of fun going through those and thinking about those. But what I really want to know are, what are some tricks that you guys know that you do, but you didn't see on that list? Mindy, do you have anything for us?
I did. I have one because it's something I've had to learn and change in over the years, and it's quality over quantity. Just because it's cheap doesn't mean you should buy it. I wanted to invest in certain items that were going to last. I didn't want to just be so cheap with everything in my closet and then have a bunch of useless items that I never really wore. But I did want to start spending more on certain things that would last me a longer time.
Right. Oh, that's great. I've heard that so much. And I think especially as women move into the middle years, you hear it more and more, because when you're young, you really change your clothing almost with the seasons. And there's a new trend every time. And maybe you're even growing a little bit in between or changing. But as you get more in the middle years, you don't necessarily want to start over with the very latest trends every single season. So you do tend to buy something that'll last a little longer.
Yeah. And if I want to incorporate whatever trend it is, I could go a little cheaper on those things. I can add in some fun jewelry or some fun shoes, right? But it's going with those timeless quality pieces that I already have.
Julie, if there's ever anyone in my mind if there's ever anyone that comes to mind when they say buy quality over quantity, I always think of you. I feel like that's what you do.
I agree, especially when she showed us that picture of the sweater that she wore, like in Switzerland, how many years apart or whatever.
You had it for 25 years.
Yeah.
And it still looked great.
I totally thought of Julie too, Marie.
Julie, do you see yourself as that?
Yeah, and John tries to encourage that. He's the one that'll say, buy the nicer one, buy the one that's going to last. And so I do try to have kind of a base of quality things. And then, if it's a t-shirt, a pair of workout pants, something that I know maybe won't even be in style next year, that's where I shop at Target, kind of filling in with those things.
Right.
One of the things that I do is I change out my clothes seasonally, and you could either do that within the same closet, move, keep them all together. I moved my out of season clothes to another closet, but I just did that recently, and I like to kind of pull out everything and kind of make outfits with everything. Like, this shirt goes with these pants, whatever. And it'll also go with this, this, and this. And if things are in there that don't have anything that, to go with it, I can either get rid of it, or that's what I can kind of put in my mental list of, this is what I'm looking for.
Okay. That's a great idea.
Right.
Because sometimes I'll move something and I thought, gosh, I don't even think I wore this at all last year. Then I know it's time to get rid of it.
Sure.
Oh, I've heard that. I've heard that 1 year rule, if you haven't worn it in a year, if you didn't wear it during the same season, that you probably should just get rid of it.
Yeah. Because I hate to just throw it away impulsively, and I might need it, but I feel like if I've kept it in there a year, that's long enough.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, here's a trick that I recently tried out this week, and it's, you'll never know until you ask. So I made a photo album, and when I put it in my cart, it was more expensive than I wanted to pay. and I lost my 50% off coupon that a customer service agent had given me a couple books ago, who she said, this will work anytime. And then I lost the code. I don't know what happened to it. And anyways, I just wrote them an email and said, your books have gotten really expensive. I like to order them, but they're just too expensive. And I had a code and I lost it. And also you had sent me a coupon for filling out a survey, and it didn't say anything about me not being able to stack those. So I'm a little frustrated because I went ahead and made a book because I thought I would be able to stack. Well, anyways, that was at like 10:30 at night. By the next morning, I had this email saying, oh, here's a 50% off code. And also we've credited your account $20 for taking the survey. And so I got my photo album at more than half off. And all it took was just emailing and saying, I frequently order from you. This price seems a little high. What can you do?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Way to go. I like that.
So you never know until you ask. And like you said, Mindy, you had to ask about the button.
Right. I did.
Yeah.
I like finding damaged items that, the damage isn't too bad or that can be fixed so that I can ask for a discount.
Yes. At TJ Maxx, they'll do that too. If you find something that has a problem, you can say, hey, are you guys willing to take anything off? And they'll always at least take 10% and sometimes more.
It's true.
Yeah. When I was researching for this, I kind of looked up shopping tips. And that was one of the things everybody mentioned was for online shopping to take advantage of the live chat, which I don't normally do unless I have a real problem.
Wow.
But it said, you could just ask questions about the product. And as you're talking, say, do you have any discounts? And they'll say, sure, here's 10% off or whatever. Or like getting a price adjustment, or it just never hurts to ask.
Right.
And I thought, that's not something I would normally do, but I think I will start to do.
Wow, I'm glad you said that. I have never done a live chat. I avoided it like the plague.
I've done them before, but I feel like I'd rather talk to the person on the phone, but I will do a live chat if that's all that's available.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, good tip.
Yeah. And you can, asking can come in so many different forms. Even when you get your car done, like say you have a couple repairs and that you got a coupon from the dealership 2 months ago, and of course it's expired. I'll often say, hey, can you offer 15% off because I'm getting this done, or I'm willing to get it today. Like just whatever, if it's a contractor or anything that you're asking, it never hurts to say, well, if I pay you cash up front, can I get a discount? If I do this, and a lot of times they will.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I've also heard this, and I have actually noticed this recently. Like if you've been online shopping and you put some things in your cart, but then you don't buy it.
Yes.
Have you noticed they send you an email reminding you that your cart is there and you need to finish it? And they say often they will send you a coupon to kind of incentivize you to purchase it.
I'd say,
and so that's kind of a good trick, is to buy some things and just hold it there for a little while.
I just got an email from J. Crew and they told me that the shirt that I liked is now on sale.
That's great. That is really good. Julie, do you have any other tricks for us?
I have a couple more. And this one was from my daughter. They did not want to pay for Amazon Prime anymore. So they let that subscription go. But you still can get free shipping when you have a $25 purchase. So they just put an item in the cart, and then when it gets to $25, they send the order in. And so it's not 2-day shipping, but it is free.
Okay.
So, if you bundle things, you can still do it. And it probably doesn't take that long to get $25 anyway. And then another thing my daughter was telling me about is when you are searching for airline tickets, that the more you search different sites, they're keeping track of all your data, and the prices, you're not going to get the best price that way.
Oh, you're not?
So, no, she said, so you need to do, I think with Google, it's called incognito, or you can use a VPN. Do either of you use VPN?
My kids do, to get around the school looking at what they're doing on their phones.
Well, VPN is virtual private network, and it kind of creates this secure network between your internet and between you and the internet. And when you connect through a VPN, then all your data traffic is kind of hidden or encrypted. So when you're searching for airline tickets, they can't tell what you've already searched and what prices you've already been given. And that you get a better price.
I wonder if that would just work with all things, like if you're searching for a new computer or a new
Yes,
TV.
I'm sure it would.
Wow.
Oh, I've heard people using VPNs because they think other people are watching them. And like, I'm not paranoid about that, but a VPN when I'm shopping might get me more discounts.
Right. Now that you know that retailers are watching you.
Right.
And, that might keep you from getting all those ads. You know how you suddenly get ads for everything you've just looked at? That probably would prevent that too.
Right. Well, I find with online shopping, even if I find something, say it's a rug. So I've done this before. Like maybe I can find the rug for a certain price on Amazon, but if you type in the name of that rug, it's probably going to show up at Overstock, Rugs USA, a bunch of other sites, and it might have just a slightly different name, but if you look at the pictures, it's the same promotional picture. So it's the same item. And if you look under images, you can see then who's offering it cheaper.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I was looking for a mother of the groom dress, I did that a lot too. I would just Google the name of the dress, and then you get every retailer that sold it and what they sold it for. And then if you knew, this place offers also these coupons, it's just a way to get it cheaper.
Yeah.
Well, and there's also a lot of sites out there that I'm not familiar with, but like Abby Ray was looking for a particular dress by a particular maker, and she typed it in, and then these other sites came up. It was an expensive dress, and so she found these sites that sell them like secondhand. And so then she was able to find this dress secondhand in her size, but it's basically just, a liaison between the seller and the buyer trying to find a particular item. I was really surprised. So there's so many sites out there I'm not even familiar with if you're looking for something specific like that.
Yeah, that's neat. Do either of you use the Cartwheel app at Target?
Yes, I do.
Well,
that makes me feel better.
Yeah. I've just learned something new about that. Target will price match anything.
Okay.
Especially like with Amazon. If you are in the Amazon app while you're in Target, you can take a picture of any item and it will show you the Amazon price, which is almost always lower than Target.
Oh, wow.
And then if you show them at the checkout, they will accept the lower price. And I watched a video of these ladies going through Target, and they were just demonstrating it. And almost every item they picked up was lower.
Really?
That's
amazing.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
All right, so this is just like couponing. Ladies, like if we spend time, we can save money. It does take some time and organization though. Like Marie mentioned, even, going back to get the cheaper price. And so if I'm just aware and willing to spend some time, gosh, we can really save some money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like couponing because it's usually, I feel like it's trying to get me to buy something I wouldn't normally buy. But if I'm in Target and I can just check the price, that seems easy enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's interesting because a lot of things that I buy, I might not think they don't actually sell in store at Walmart, but they will sell them on their website. And if you Google it on their website and click under retailer Walmart only, because that way you could return it, they sell a lot of things online that they do not sell in the store. Things that I would have bought on Amazon or Target, but it's still cheaper at Walmart.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I didn't understand that. I was confused by that the first time I tried to buy something at Walmart because I thought, they don't sell this in the store.
Yeah, but they do sell it online.
Wow.
But always click under retailer, filter only down to Walmart.com, because then you can return it to a Walmart store. If you buy it on the Walmart website, but the retailer's like Hay Needle, you're going to have to work with Hay Needle.
Okay.
So
I did not know this.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I'm going to have to get online as soon as we're done here and check this out. Seriously, I'm in the market for a bicycle for myself.
Oh,
so
that's perfect. That's the kind of item where if you do a little research online, you'll be able to find the best price.
Yeah.
All right. I really want a beach cruiser yellow with the basket on the front.
Very specific.
There's going to be some ads that show up on your phone right after we're done recording because you just said that out loud.
Bright yellow bicycles.
All right. Are there any other tricks that you guys have?
I have one for my daughter. I love to shop for my daughter, but she can tend to wander and take her time and then spend a lot of time in the dressing room. And so I actually have her, and I spend some time in her closet before we're specifically going on a clothes shopping trip. And we, especially now that she's at college, like we're looking for seasons. She's going to be gone for months at a time. And so we go through her closet and we make a list. We make a list of items that she needs. So I mentioned that I kind of have a running list all the time for myself, but I'm having Abby do this because then she can look at her clothes and we can specifically shop. Like we're going to go to the mall and we're going to look at a lot of different things, but we're looking for black jeans. We're looking for a denim jacket. We're looking for, and so I have her make a list and it helps our shopping trip go a lot more smoothly and much more enjoyable if we know what we're looking for before we go.
Right. Yeah, I do not like shopping trips with teenagers where they just say, let's just go shopping. No, like what do you specifically need?
Right, right.
Yeah.
It helps the mother-daughter relationship a little bit more.
You need black jeans. Okay, fine. I'm willing to go. But if you just say, let's go shopping, I might spend a lot of money. And then 2 days later you say, oh, well, I really need black jeans. Well, why didn't we get those instead?
Like, I don't have any long sleeve shirts. Are you kidding me?
It also helps with boys to have a list because when they want to go home, you're like, no, we haven't gotten this and we needed it.
Julie,
this was on the list. We don't have shoes yet, so we're not leaving until we get these. So
you are so right about that. The perspective is so different, but that's exactly true.
Yes, yes. Well, and this kind of leads into another trick, and I'm sure you guys do that, but I had to order sneakers for my son. And I ordered them off the Nike Outlet website. And I just Googled Nike coupon, right? Even though they were already cheap and in my cart, I just went on a different tab and Googled Nike coupon and took another 25% off. But I wouldn't have, it's not like they offered that to me, but just by finding that code, like at a place like Retail Me Not or something like that, you can enter it. And a lot of times those codes work.
This is so timely. Of course, my 3 boys run through shoes like crazy. And of course, boys typically have one pair of shoes that they just wear out.
That's how my son is.
Yes. I love that, especially with the coupon. I wouldn't have even thought about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never thought to go looking for the codes. I always put the code in if it's right there, but I've never thought to go looking for one.
Yes, always look. You know who gave me that was years ago, a guy at Jason's Deli, one of the workers. I can't remember why it came up in conversation, but he told me about Retail Me Not. Okay. And I started just Googling coupon codes whenever I buy something online. Even if you don't have a Kohl's coupon and they have a million coupons, but you can't find yours, just Google Kohl's coupon. It'll come up.
Yes.
And then you enter it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. Are there any other tricks that you guys had?
Do either of you use the Like to Know It app on Instagram?
I don't, but I've heard of it.
I keep seeing it and I have not done that yet. I've not looked at it.
I've used it a couple of times because this fits with my man on a mission. I like to do my shopping at home. Like I look on Pinterest, like if I'm redoing a bedroom, I am looking at all the looks I like. And then I think, okay, I want to look for these 3 things.
Okay.
I've narrowed it down by looking online. And on the Like to Know It app, you can link up to influencers. For example, like Lulu Loves that we all, I think, follow. If I'm linked to her, I can go to her page and it'll just show me where she's bought every single item on her page.
Interesting.
And then they have a Like to Know At Home as well. So you can separate clothes from
Oh my
home
goodness.
stuff.
Oh, perfect.
I need to check that out because Lulu Loves, she posted some shoes the other day that I was like, ooh, I really like those. But I didn't know how to use the Like to Know It thing.
All right. Listeners, we'll link to her in our show notes, and you can also try out the Like to Know It. And I think that's with a lot of influencers, but I know Lulu Loves has a lot of things for women in the middle.
Yeah, she does stuff.
She does have cute stuff, and she's always just so adorable, and her style's great. So, yeah.
Definitely. All right, you guys, those are all great tricks, and I am going to try out some of these new ones. Listeners, we would love to hear about any tricks that you guys have. We're going to put a poll in this week's stories on what kind of shopper you are. And we'd also love for you to message us what are some tricks that you guys use when shopping. Because I think that we can all use new ways to save money or new ways to get what we want in an easier way, and we'll share them on our Instagram with other listeners. All right, Mindy and Julie, it's time to move into our I'm a Fan. Julie, what are you a fan of this week?
Okay, I'm a fan of a product, and it's kind of got a funny name. It's called Wet and Forget Outdoor Cleaner.
Oh.
We have a stone patio, and it tends to get black and moldy and mossy.
Yes.
You just spray this stuff on, and you literally forget it, and it's activated when it rains.
Really?
So, yes. So after a couple it takes a few times, but after a couple of rains, your patio is just brighter and whiter.
Are you serious?
It was amazing. Yeah. And I think you could probably use it on aggregate too, but I haven't tried it on that, but I use it mainly for my stone patio. The guy that installed our patio told us about it, and we've really liked it.
I wonder if you can use it on like wood decking too, because that can sometimes get algae.
Yeah, I'm looking actually they have pictures on their website before and after. They show it on brick, on decking, on wood decking. They show it on a roof, patios. So yeah, anything I guess that gets mold.
So wet it and forget it. And how do you apply it?
Wet and forget.
Okay.
It just comes in a big bottle and you spray it.
Oh, all right.
I wonder if you could use that on like vinyl siding and concrete and all that stuff.
Yeah, concrete for sure. And you don't rinse it or scrub it. It's just activated when it gets
I'm all
wet,
about not having to touch it.
Yes, that's an awesome product because we get some algae on some dormers that we have, and they're very high up. And I wonder if we could just spray that up there. If then as it rains, it would keep it at bay.
Yeah. It does say safe on virtually any exterior surface. Even for awnings, it's gentle enough. Its toughest cases, it eliminates the toughest cases of moss, algae, lichen, mold, or mildew.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wet and forget it. We'll definitely put a link to that in our show notes. Mindy, what are you a fan of this week?
Oh, I am a huge fan of an expensive product that my husband actually got me for free when he found them sitting on a curb in the Best Buy parking lot. I am talking about my new free Apple AirPods.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is the best gift. I can't tell you how joyful, like it brought tears to my eyes, how beautiful my music sounds in my Apple AirPods. I cannot describe, like the quality is so impressive, and it's freed me up like to go walking or running outside. They're so lightweight. Marie, I remember you talking about the Apple AirPods, I think, before.
Yeah, I have some.
And like it has changed my world, these Apple AirPods.
Yes.
They are so good. The distance between my AirPods and my phone, they stay charged for a long time. They're easy to wear. I can sweat and it's not bothering me. Like they just stay put. I can't believe how wonderful these things are. And
they really are.
The sound quality is just so impressive.
Yeah. I would not have thought that they would make such a difference. But one, any pair of cordless headphones makes such a difference if you haven't tried them. And then two, I think the Apple AirPods, the sound quality is so great.
Yes. And then I guess the new ones, Abby got the new ones, the Apple AirPods Pro, and they actually have a noise canceling feature on them. And so I'm sure they're getting even better. I'm not concerned about that. I'm so impressed with my free ones right now. But
yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Well, I'm a fan of a show that we watched last week with my son. And, you know, it's hard to find things to watch with teenage boys. And when he said, Mom, do you want to watch a show with me on Netflix? I didn't even ask him what it was. I was just like, yes. So we watched Waco. Have you guys seen it on Netflix? And it's not a documentary. It's the show. You've both seen it?
I haven't watched it, but I've seen it advertised.
Okay. Yes. Julie, you've watched it.
Yeah. David and I watched it together.
It is so good. Okay. So I was in college when the Waco thing happened, and I remember the coverage, obviously. But this just presents a completely different view than we were presented through the mainstream media. And I'm not saying that this view is right and the other is wrong. It probably falls somewhere in the middle. But it was just interesting to see a different viewpoint. And it's a reenactment. So it's not a documentary. So it's really like a movie. And I think it's 5 or 6 episodes. But it's really interesting. The time flew by. And I'd love to hear what people thought. I'm still not sure of my own thoughts on it. It really does get you thinking, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, David and I really enjoyed that, too.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people. Steve has a friend who watched all 5 or 6 episodes in one evening. He couldn't turn it off.
Oh, wow.
He kind of binge watched it. All right, listeners, we hope that you've enjoyed today's show. We hope that you put some of these shopping tricks to use. Contact us on our email, midlifematterspodcast@gmail.com, or come and find us on Instagram at Midlife Matters Podcast. Julie and Mindy, love talking to you today, and I can't wait to find out what shopping tricks you guys are using in your own life. Let's be sure and tell each other if we think of a new one.
Yeah, this was fun.
It was fun. I enjoyed it, ladies.
Yes. All right. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Sounds great.
All right,
bye.
We're so happy you joined us today. You can find the show notes for this episode at midlifematterspodcast.com. Also, please tell a friend about the show and help them hit the free subscribe button on their favorite podcast app. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Midlife Matters Podcast. That's where we post pictures and stories about all the things we talk about in each episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.